Hey, Melinda. Hello, Roberto.
Hi,
Hey,
folks.
hey.
Evening. Can't hear you.
Roberto, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
loud and clear.
Don't know what's going on.
We'll wait for you,
Can you hear
Melinda.
me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we
thanks.
can hear you. This it might just be us tonight, Roberto.
Yes.
Looks like it's a small group. We'll see. Around the summer, people
Go
they're
around.
usually on the road. They're on vacation. They're out taking photos.
Okay.
And you and Melinda
Oh,
are the only submitters.
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
oh,
Melinda, can you hear us now?
I can now. Thank you.
Okay,
Took a while.
fantastic. Yeah, no problem. No problem. So you may have heard, it might just be us. We have a really small group. I, the two of you were the only members who submitted photos. I was going to show, I guess we still can show the Detroit Stereographic Society image of the year that Melinda you judged, and then why don't we look at our photos? Um, so I
Perfect.
yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
Maybe we can see my 6 photos that I submitted originally.
Yeah, I can probably throw those up on the
It's
screen.
okay.
The two
No,
conversions that you sent. Yeah,
I really believe that those are really poor conversions.
no problem.
I mean, it's still something original to talk about. Whereas Matt and I have seen the Detroit images, and
That's the
so
wrong
that
screenshot.
alone makes them kind of interesting.
Yeah,
If you want the feedback,
Yeah, sure.
well, let's see what we can do. Let me just get this show started here. It's never easy to share the screen the first time. There we go. All right, fantastic. And I think our streams are running. Yeah, let me get my Lume Pad configured
Yep.
here. Great, there we go. So let's start with the Detroit Stereographic Society's Image of the Year. If you're wondering why they have their Image of the Year in June, it's because they're a seasonal club. They take the summer off. Melinda, Phyllis, and I judged it, so Melinda knows what to expect here. And
it's kind of fun because they have some strong images. And then they have other amateurish entries that look just like a lot of our own. So it's all kind of very familiar.
yeah,
Feels very
they
familiar to me.
let's take a look. These are the honorable mentions. We distilled it down to 10 HMs and one image of the year. I don't have titles for these. I don't have makers for these. They wanted it to be anonymous.
Really nice
So,
one.
yeah.
You don't even have the technique or cameras that they use.
Nothing, nothing.
Wow.
All they provided was a list of numbered images and a spreadsheet that had descriptions of the images, but not titles.
Okay. It could be
bunch,
great to know with the camera.
It would,
a bunch of
yeah.
them included black borders for some reason, including this one. But also also the the image of the year at the end, we can sort of crop that so that we can see what they're missing. I don't know why they do this. It's just a waste of pixels.
It probably has to do with how they show them at their meetings. Oh, we've got Tor. Fantastic.
Okay.
That's my guess. They probably state on their website if they use a projector, which would generally require these kind of black borders or what. I don't know. Welcome, Tor.
Hello. Sorry, I was having some computer trouble.
No problem. Small group tonight. It's just the
Okay.
four of us, and we are looking at the results of the Detroit Stereographic Society's Image of the Year competition, which Melinda, Phyllis, and I judged. We're going through the 10 honorable mentions, and this is the first one.
All right.
And we don't know the
I'm
titles.
here for it.
All right. Yeah. We don't know anything about these other than these are the selections. We don't have titles or makers.
Well, it's a nice one.
Even that they won the honorable mention, they don't give any details of the picture.
They probably will when they present it, and I'm not sure how they. I know they have a presentation for their club, but I believe they also have a public exhibition, and I'm not
Okay.
sure when or how they do that. So I'm sure for that they have the titles and the makers and some information about them, but they just didn't give us that information. And when I told them that, when I asked them if I could show our club, they said, yeah, great, go for it. But they didn't provide any other information.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's interesting. I think that we're the outlier in giving titles and especially giving artist names. That's a lot of prejudicial information. I kind of like the traditional sort of no information, let the images stand or fall on their own merits. And then you can give more information afterwards, which people might be curious about. But I kind of like the challenge of having it all depend on just the image itself.
Well, we can definitely do that for our own Image of the Year competition. I think we definitely should have one of those. And, I would suggest that international exhibitions are the place for that more rigorous type of stereophotography competition. And I would love to get the Oakland International back off the ground again, but it's such a huge amount of work. It's just such a huge commitment. I don't see it happening without a big team. So let's move on. I do know that George Themelis is a member of the DSS, and I'm pretty sure this is one of his because he showed this at the Cascade Stereo Club, Cascade Stereoscopic Society.
You might have submitted it to Southern Cross also.
Probably so, yeah.
I've seen a bunch of his work there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And speaking of internationals, I did get some notifications of a few that are coming up. In fact, I got this. I think they sent the Southern Cross catalog today. The Detroit Stereoscopic Society is, I think they're having their own. There's also a PSA exhibition. I'll see if I can dig up the details about these.
So this one is nice. It's a very natural stereo subject for sure. It's really well done.
This is one of those structures that it's only the rigid part doesn't touch the other one, right?
Right, it's called tensegrity.
Okay.
Yeah, I've tried to capture similar shots myself without the same success. Here's the next one.
Nice texture.
Yeah, the brick really seems to help because I've taken the same kind of picture of fire escapes in my neighborhood, but the brick texture really adds a lot. And we don't have bricks in earthquake zones.
Hmm.
We have fake bricks sometimes, but I'm guessing these are real bricks.
The flat light really serves it well too. You don't have shadows competing with the contours of the fire escape.
That's a good point, because yeah, the shadows are one of the best parts of the more flat buildings that I've shot and seen like this. So I think you're probably right. It's probably one or the other.
It's a necessary simplification.
Yep.
Let's see what's next.
And this one I know was in the Southern Cross. I'm pretty sure it took an HM or something. It might have taken, I don't remember if it's first place or not, but I think it did very well. That's lovely.
Well seen, as they say.
Yeah, great studio lighting. Flawless, really.
It probably took a lot of attempts.
I was just going to ask that, yeah. How many tries?
Well, I guess this would be a natural subject for video to get stills, but I don't know. If you want it in full resolution, I guess you got to kind of shoot a lot of it. I don't know.
Well,
it is a little soft. It might have been pulled from video for that purpose.
I don't know. You'd need a pretty fast shutter speed to really freeze the motion like this.
Yeah, I don't see it. A little motion blur might be nice. It would just be different.
It would, yeah. And you could achieve that with the still camera as well. Well, with a camera with manual settings, of course.
It is very slightly misaligned vertically.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah.
It reads pretty well on my Lume Pad. Let me look at my anaglyph.
Yeah, the right eye's a little high.
Let me see if I can do an auto adjust on these. Auto align.
Yeah, I'm trying.
There it goes.
I think it's like 1 or 2 pixels. You've got quite a good eye, Tor.
That's for sure. I didn't notice
Also,
that.
I'm looking on my TV.
I'm doing the 3 streams. Yeah, that made a big difference.
Still misaligned on the YouTube.
It's coming. It'll. There's a
Yeah,
lag. You probably saw my mouse
I did. Yes.
floating around. Also, doesn't show the dialog boxes that Stereo Photomaker generates. Yeah, you've got a good eye, Tor. I didn't notice that at all.
I'll take it. Still waiting on the YouTube.
Oh, you should have caught up by now.
Uh,
It is a nice through the window effect, also. Really, pretty carefully aligned in that way.
yeah. There we are.
I would
Did you get it,
I would
Tor?
probably take off some of the black on the left.
Mm.
Otherwise, I think placement is perfect.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. All right, let's move to the next one. There's an interesting reflection in this creature's eyes.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out too. It's hard to sometimes I can preview them too and get a little stereo in the stereo, but yeah, I see a human figure and a
Corner of a
and
room with photos on the wall, framed
yeah,
pictures on the walls.
yeah, picture on each side of them. And this is interesting too because I was just looking at the Southern Cross images, and this is one of them, but it was heavily cropped so that one of the eyes was only a small piece, which was an interesting composition, but makes me wonder if there was a problem in the production of the PDF and there were really supposed to be this image, but I don't know. I do kind of like the cropped version too. It's sort of a square aspect ratio.
It's possible that the maker got some feedback from the Detroit club when they exhibited it at one of their meetings. Maybe somebody suggested it. They are a club that clearly participates in a lot of international exhibitions. So, I'm guessing they take their feedback seriously. Maybe that's it.
I hope so. It's you have to be pretty bold to cut into an image like this, but but the result was good.
And I wonder what rig was used. This couldn't be a cha-cha. It's not a conversion.
Oh, it's so sharp.
It seems a little macro for a hydrogen 1.
It's I'd be very surprised if it's a cha-cha. I mean, I've managed to get some okay close-ups like this, but I don't know. This looks perfect. It's got to be a twin rig of some sort.
Yeah, I think it must be. And not a whisker out of place.
Yeah, beautiful.
I missed last week's, but I did watch the the tape, and yeah, those plastered whiskers really got on my nerves.
They're
Yeah, it's
certainly a
unfortunate
giveaway.
that's kind of the only thing that's like a real flaw. Otherwise, they're beautiful images.
I'm surprised that the converters haven't, the authors of the conversion utilities haven't addressed whiskers, or maybe they have, I don't know. But it seems like a common error in conversions.
Maybe he could explicitly say no whiskers. It might be okay. I think would be better if he's able to get that result.
Maybe if you could paint them in later somehow, which would be possible, be a lot of work.
Paint them in 3D too. Yeah, that
Exactly.
sounds like too much work.
Right. All right, let's move on. Here's another skateboarder, likely by the same maker with the same rig.
So a lot of times when I see these pictures, I think, wait a second, how do we know he's like flying through space and not just like jumping off on a trampoline or something that we can't see? Because I would want to do that. I would want to just take a skateboard to a trampoline and set up a camera and just jump into some crazy poses.
I don't know if these guys really need it.
No, I'm sure they're really doing it, but it's always my thought. It's like, wait a second, I could do this.
We can fake it.
Yeah.
Now, in my experience, skateboarders do not like to be photographed. I don't even try anymore.
Oh, I see people doing tricks all the time, and there's always a camera among them. So it's maybe that they have their dedicated friends that are filming them, but they're that's kind of what they're doing it for, at
Yeah.
least around here.
Yeah,
Oh, that's your
usually.
joke. You're joking. They want.
Oh no. Well, they don't want me to photograph them. I get some real dirty looks around the Embarcadero or Civic Center in San Francisco. But you're right. There usually is someone with a video camera there. I'm sure they're putting together their own reels or whatever.
Yep. Well, you could bring your Hydrogen One and take pictures and then show it to them immediately and say, "This is what I do. Would you mind if I take some more and I'll share the results with you?" Of course, there's no good answer for what they can do with the images once you give it to them, but that's a different story.
Sure.
They'll probably be impressed. I don't know. I've gotten good responses when I've done that. Not with skateboarders, but with even with skateboarders. That's true.
I like the framing with the phone lines here.
Yeah, that gives us a sight line.
Well, it gives a kind of intermediate depth too between the clouds and the skateboarder.
And suggests speed lines too. It suggests velocity.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Got some macro action here.
I could bet it's the same author of the dancing girl.
Could be.
High speed.
Yeah, I see.
Yes, and the flash is not centered to the camera, so this is a specific rig with a hot shoe.
And yeah, I'm sure this one took a lot of takes.
A lot of mess.
We'll have to get
Definitely.
some camera information from this group about how they made these.
Yeah, it's so sharp.
Very nice. Oh, here's another one. Definitely some common themes in this collection.
I like this better. It's a lot cleaner.
Yes, they have set up the studio.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Doesn't really work on the Lume Pad because of the contrast, but that's the Lume Pad's problem.
You guys want to see something funny? Here's one of my crow friends. Can you see it moving around?
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay. A crow.
Yeah. I give them treats. We have a nice thing going.
Well, Melinda, you were in the national news about your relationship with your crows.
Yeah, that was weird. I got
Yeah.
a few gifts from them in the past, and I posted a couple of pictures on Reddit. That's where it got seen. Somehow somebody from the Dodo, I think, picked it up, and then one of the news stations saw that. And then there have been a couple of crews that have come out to interview me, but it just feels so weird because I'm just feeding some crows. I'm not the queen of the crows or anything like that. There is a queen of the crows. Where is she? She's a little girl, or was a little girl, maybe in the UK. And she would get gifts like every day and had this huge collection.
Here, I've got the article right here. I don't want to embarrass you or anything, Melinda, but I think it's a great story. And since we just met them, I think it's only fair we get the backstory.
If you feed crows for years, there's a good chance you get gifts. It's not an uncommon thing at all.
They have done it at our house. We have a bird bath that we sometimes will put a couple peanuts in for the crows. We have a lot of crows, and occasionally, not often, they will leave little green leaves that don't come from a plant in our yard. They're getting it from somewhere else. So there is definitely a reciprocal relationship there. All right, let's move on with these. I think this one must be by Harold Bays.
I bet you're right. Yeah, that's fabulous. That should be the image of the year.
It was close. It's always hard to pick the best of the best.
Burning Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's spectacular.
To me, it really made an impact when I recognized the figures at the bottom of the frame and understood how hyper this is, how massive a display that was.
I'm guessing those are like security people keeping people away. Because they got like
so.
Some of them have flashlights, it looks like, and they're kind of equally spaced. I'll have to ask him. And that little like starburst in the upper right, it's just
Yeah.
exquisite.
So Harold has been shooting Burning Man in stereo since 1996. Let me put his link. Some of these we may have seen in other competitions. And of course, Harold used to be a member of the Oakland Camera Club before it became the Golden Gate Stereoscopic Society. He retired and relocated to the Midwest, which is why he's now a member of the Detroit Club and not the California Club. But he's given us a few slideshows over the years, and I think he does an annual show for the New York Stereoscopic Association.
He also brought in some very nice lenticulars.
Oh, that's right. That was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
He his persona at Burning Man is Silver Man, and he photographs in the nude, covered in silver body paint, silver makeup. And in fact, I'm browsing his website right now, and here is the photo that we're enjoying on our stream. I just put that link in the chat. So be sure to check out his website for more of these incredible Burning Man stereo photos. All right, what do we have next? Oh, we're getting to the end. This was a contender for Image of the Year. There's some kinds of seeds. That was the description that we were given.
Nice one. Really macro.
Yeah, really technically excellent.
Yeah, it's really hard to find fault with it. And same for the winner as well. It was a close call.
Yeah, they've got some great photographers. And let's see. We've got a title card and everything for their Image of the Year. And here it is. This wonderful rooster portrait.
Yeah, and to show you what I mean, can you do a drag out a border around the corners of the image?
The whole image. Let's see if I can do that.
Because you can see this is taking less than half the pixels, much less than half the pixels on the screen. And not from there, but from the edges of the colored part.
Just this part.
Yeah, there you go. Uh-huh.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I've got an aspect ratio set here. That's why it's misbehaving.
Oh, well, might not work.
Let me see if I can fix that.
I can share my screen too if that helps.
Let's see. I think I've got it here. Let me. Okay, let me try this again. Well.
Oh. Maybe you have to be like inside the picture before you start dragging. Or...
It's
It looks like it's trying.
yeah.
It's,
Here I can.
oh, there you go. You got it. Oop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've cropped it in this case so we can see exactly how much real estate was being taken up by that border. I suspect that they require that border for however they project or display their photos at their meetings.
It's weird.
It's something that we used to do when we had projectors. And in fact, for the projectors that we have now, we have to do it also. It ensures that the alignment is correct because the projectors are just kind of dumb about filling up the whole screen. You just kind of have to force it, basically. So I think it's probably an artifact from that.
Makes sense.
But it is unfortunate. This still holds up even after being cropped. A lot of detail.
I think it's a much better experience. So if they have, at least when, yeah, I don't know about Detroit's projectors, but for like Southern Cross, I'm pretty sure it will expand any image you give it as long as you conform to the minimum width and height.
Yeah, I think every international has their own formatting requirements based on however they're going to view them for exhibition. And there aren't very many, I think, that require borders nowadays. It used to be a pretty common thing, but I haven't come across it for a while. So that is the Detroit Stereographic Society Image of the Year. Thank you to them. They owe us a judging for our own Image of the Year competition or any competition that we want to do. So we've got that in our back pocket. I will reach out to them later in the year when we're ready for ours.
They have some pretty specific photos that they have a lot of production on their work.
On the photos that we just saw?
Some from studios, the macro, they are like they have really specific tools and cameras, some flashes. Really nice.
Yeah, some pretty sophisticated technology. Someone has some really nice tools. I just put some links in the chat to 3 upcoming international stereo exhibitions. There will be more, a couple more that haven't been announced yet. They usually take place later in the year. I expect we'll get more announcements around the fall. But I encourage, everyone here, of course, as well as everyone in the Golden Gate Stereoscopic Society to participate. It's a great way to get your stereo photography exhibited. It's a great way to see what other stereo photographers are doing. And I will definitely be entering all 3. I won't win any of them. I might get a few acceptances.
You never
Still
know.
worth it. You never know. I did get an honorable mention last year, so that's something.
You have to show us which one is it.
It's one that I exhibited here. I'm not sure if I can stick it in our selection, but it's one you've all seen. It's
Okay.
not not really one of my favorites, but it did well. Yeah, which one was that? Um, I'll.
Near as I
What's that?
near as I can tell, near as I can tell, in all of these internationals, they they really kind of require excellent image quality. So it doesn't matter how good the image is if it's not, you know, excellent image quality on top of everything else. So it's a it might be helpful for people who are considering submitting. Make sure they're your best quality images, regardless of the actual actual image content.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's typically so many to select from. There might be 100 or so that any flaw is going to push it down farther on the list. It's not that they don't receive stereo photos with technical flaws, but they certainly don't award them.
Yeah, I don't even hold it against them. It's uh, it's fine to be encouraged. For me to feel encouraged to get the most out of my cameras, but I'm as a judge, I'm a little more forgiving than that.
It's especially challenging because stereo cameras are generally much more limited. We have to kind of hack our own out of, two cameras. We don't really have a professional grade stereo still camera. So it's a lot harder for us.
Even with good cameras, I mean, it's been very difficult for me to learn um, just good photographic technical skills. I'm getting better, but it's a very slow process for me.
It's a lifetime.
Yeah.
I've been taking some Udemy courses, udemy.com courses on Lightroom, just to try to improve the image quality that you're describing. It's, of course, especially hard in stereo because you have to do everything twice and aligning these masks. I mean, we really don't edit our photos as much as traditional photographers do because it's so much work. Sometimes it just creates retinal rivalry and we can't. Anyway, let's take a look
Yeah.
at our photos tonight. We're going to start off with one by Steve. Steve couldn't be here tonight, and we've seen this one many times, but it does count. We will have let me start our poll. We will have a poll. We may as well. I think it's still useful to solicit feedback. This one has definitely been accepted in other slideshows over the years, so I'm going to suggest that we not vote for this one. And let me start that poll here. Okay, if you're in Zoom, it should be available. Let me post the QR code if you would like to do it on your phone, which is how I'm going to do it. I don't think I need to explain to this group how it works. Just a reminder, please don't vote for your own photo. All right. And this one is mine. I think this fits the spirit of the topic. I shot this recently up at the lava beds, and I was attracted to the scene because of the way that fallen tree sort of frames branches and that background tree as well. Maybe not the best example of this topic, but I like this photo. I was actually going to show it last week, and then I looked at it and realized, oh, well, that's a frame. I think I'll show it as the special.
Well, I definitely realized with the that the far tree was the subject or the center of the center of attention. So that
Oh, good.
that comes through very nicely. It's subtle, but it's it's there.
It's subtle. I tried cropping it more tightly, but it sort of lost its sense of location. I wanted to keep the grasses and that blue corner of sky.
Yeah, and the grass is all very carefully behind the window. It's a very nice composition.
Yeah, thanks.
And
it's an amazing
excellent
place.
image quality.
Oh, thank you. I used my Sonys, my RXO2s, and didn't do a whole lot of processing to this. Cropped it.
Those are the best. Yeah. Maybe consider this for one of your submissions to those internationals.
All right. Well, I will consider that. Yes. Thank you. I do like to compose the picture in the camera. I love it when I get something that is as I envisioned it, but I can't do that every time.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. All right. Now, I did not randomize our photos tonight, so I'm going to turn it over to Roberto.
Okay.
We've got 4 submissions by you. The first one is titled Spread Out.
Yes. Well, I took this one. We have a new train going to this airport, secondary airport here in Mexico City. And this was made because, here in Mexico, Mexico City, we have the inauguration of the World Cup. So we got some infrastructure, new infrastructure. So this is the new train that is going to a secondary airport that is farther away of the city. So this train takes like 50 minutes to take us to the new airport. And we went with some friends to visit the new airport. Well, the airport, it has like 4 years, but the train is brand new. So we went as a tourist in our own city to visit this new train. And here is a friend that we were crossing. And I believe that going through each wagon, it's a curious way to see, and a lot of detail with the frame. You have something in the forward, in the background, so foreground and background. So I like this one. I enjoy it, and this is from video. I took it with my DJIs. If you want to see the video, I believe I uploaded to my stereoscopic channel.
Oh yeah, please do.
And
It's
well,
nice how the go ahead.
Go, Melinda.
Oh, okay. It's nice how the woman here, I guess, is the subject, and it's nice how she's in focus, and everything else is a little bit out of focus. It really draws the eye in.
Yes, it was. Well, the camera, it's a really wide angle lens, so everything seems to be in focus, but the blur is because the motion blur, because this is video, so the shutter speed it's low. So I was following her, and I believe we were at the same speed, so she got in focus, and the other stuff with this motion blur.
Ah,
Makes sense. That explains her foot is a little bit out of place or not registered.
Yes, I believe this was 24 frames per second, so maybe 1/5 of the second is the lowest that could go the camera.
she must not have been walking very fast. It's not an obvious difference.
No, we were stationary, so we were like walking to take our seats. It was a slow pace of walking, but the camera, I believe, it registered the motion that we walk. Well, I as you know, I have my stabilizer, so at least the horizon it's flat.
Yeah. It does seem to have a bit of a green tint.
Yes, I added it to the with the at the affinity, editing the photo, trying to make it like a little bit retro, like an 80s photo.
Ah, okay. It's sort of like a filter.
I made it because I enjoy playing with the channels, the color channels. So that's how I do it.
Got it.
And did you exclude the woman's skin from your filter? Because
No,
she looks normal. She doesn't look greenish.
well, actually, because I am coloring with the selective colors. With well, you know, you have the reds, the yellows, the greens. The skin is a little bit reddish, so I pump it a little bit so it didn't go that green.
No, very effective. All right, thanks, Roberto. That is spread out, nicely
Yes.
framed. Let's move on to blue frame.
Ah. Maybe you can recognize this space from other pictures that I have showed you. This one I took it looking up. As you can see, and this is there's a mirror on the top of this room. I was trying to get it to do it in the middle of the room, but as you can see, there's a speaker on the lower right corner. There's a speaker, so the speaker blow out the experience. So I have to move to another extreme of the room, and as you can see, I'm too close to the wall that there's another mirror to get this infinite feeling of the space.
Wow. So the whole room is mirrored, floor, ceiling.
No, two. Well, one wall is a LED screen, and the back, the up. Well, the other five. Well, the roof, the top, the floor and the other three walls are mirrors. So you only have one screen, and all the other spaces
I see.
is covered by mirrors.
And I guess so that's so that the that one wall is the source of all the light.
Yep. Yeah, the only source of light is the screen.
It's a very disorienting perspective.
Yes. Well, maybe you can remember some other pictures that I have show you to the as the eye level goes, and it's not that it doesn't have this impact of the infinite space of that it creates the mirrors. Actually, it was a fortunate luck because I didn't remember that I took this picture, and as I was working on my other pictures that you will show later this evening, I discovered that I took this one. So I didn't remember because I have two sets of RXOs. So this one I kept it, and I keep it a long time ago, maybe 3 or 4 months, and didn't use it. I have RXOs Mark ones and RXOs Mark two. So my set of RXOs Mark one are the ones that I use the most, and the RXOs Mark II, I kept it because I don't know. I have two sets of the same.
You never know when you might
But
need it.
yeah, the memory I didn't review it. I believe the other picture that I show you were from the video, and these are from the RXO. And I believe it worked better. You have more range to work with these raw files.
Yeah, did you need to? It is a bit dark. Did you darken this or lighten this or do any,
I
shadow highlights,
dehaze
any
it
processing?
because
Dehaze.
because as far as you go, it's like hazy stuff, and with the dehaze, you recover a lot
Yeah.
of details.
Yeah, it's a great, great tool. One of the sections of the 2026 PSA annual, they call it the 3DD exhibition, their Stereo International, is unusual perspective. I
Okay,
think this would be a shoe-in.
this could work.
Good work. Yes, keep it in mind.
So this is the PSA, the one that you send us, the link that you send us right now.
That's right. Yeah, the
I will
third
take it.
link. And we
Perfect.
still have several weeks to get your submissions in, but check it out.
Perfect.
I know they would love to see your work.
Thank you.
So the third photo that we have from Roberto is, oh, I just lost that. It is infinity. That should be coming up.
Yep. Here in Mexico City, we have this space that it's the National Center of Culture. That it's for dance, for painting, for photography, and it's a really nice place. Maybe it is not that exploded that it should be. Like many of these spaces have no resources, so are closed. But the space is great. So I took this several years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, with my W3, and I really like it. Maybe with I have to retake this one with my RXOs, and it could work even better because here I believe it's the limitation of the W3 recovering the colors and the shadows and the bright space. It's a little bit hazy, as you can see. Maybe the bright area it's a little bit wash, because you get these MPOs files, and you cannot work a lot with those.
Right.
Yeah, the Fujis seem to have trouble with the exposure. I don't know what the story is, but the image is a great snap. That one person sitting in the middle really anchors the whole thing.
I had another one, but it was a little bit more crowded, so I didn't like that. And I believe this lonely man in the middle of the frame give it a little bit of subject in the, not distracting with other stuff.
Exactly. It's perfect, and kind of the loneliness comes across too. It's very nice.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I think it really benefits from that figure. It gives my eye a target to land on.
Maybe I have to return to this space with a lower sun, so the shadows can project a line texture on the floor.
Well, Roberto, if you can do that in the next couple weeks, our July special subject is shadows.
Okay,
So keep it in mind.
perfect. I will
Yeah.
check the sun how it's hitting this walkway, and maybe I could make it. Yes, it's not that far away from my home.
All right. Yeah. I hope you can pull it off. We'd love to see a before and after.
Yes, and compare the technologies with the W3 and the RXOs.
To me, this is one of the first things that came to my mind was, this is a W3 shot, just because of those qualities that you just described. It's such an iconic camera with some telltale qualities.
Well, I believe the HTC it's a little bit harsh to use and edit. It's more difficult, and the W3 it's a little bit more forgiving for the time.
Yeah, I think it's still the best 3D point and shoot digital camera that we got.
Yes.
At least it's a real camera, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
You got a great image out of it with this one.
Thank you.
And Roberto's fourth stereo photo is Infinity 2.
Well, yes, actually, this one I took it last Sunday. Saturday, I believe. And this is a space that I immediately, that when I was, I knew the topic for today. I remember this sculpture, and I needed to go to take this one because I have this space, but with a regular camera, and I didn't have with a stereoscopic rig. So, as you remember, the picture that I submitted were in the middle of the week, last week, and as I went to this space on the weekend, I resubmitted and asked you to change my submission,
Right.
because I recovered this one and the other, the blue frame, the one with the mirrors. So I was checking all my pictures and remember that I took those ones. And this is here in Mexico City, a space that it has been here for, I don't know, maybe 15 years. And it's these arches, or I don't know how to call it, because they are like tables, because they are united in the middle. As you can see, they are four support points for each square place on the top. So I don't know how to call it, because those are not arches. They are like another kind of, but they are really good space. So I remember that I had to retake this for the topic for today, but I thought that I wasn't going to make it, so I submitted the other one. So this is the fortunately I could go. I could went last weekend and take this one.
I think it was worth the effort.
Yes, actually, it was about to rain, so it was I was in a little bit of a hurry, and as you can see, the cast is a little bit. You don't have a lot of shadows here.
Yeah, no shadows. Great stereo effect.
Yes, a lot of details. I was trying to. Well, I took like 3 or 4, and this one is the one that I believe worked for the topic today.
It's like infinite frames.
And you got the vanishing point like right in the center. It's very dramatic.
Actually, I was going to try place my camera on a tripod, and in the middle try to cross the arches with a bicycle. As you can see, we have these public bicycles that I use a lot, and try to lower the shutter speed to 1/4 of a second, so I can get a motion blur in the middle of the frame. But I was scared that my cameras were robbed, so I didn't go for it. As I went alone, so I.
Well, I know that in Photoshop there's a kind of a radial blur that you can use. You have to do it. You'll have to do it on each half of the image independently, but it'll give you exactly that kind of rushing
Yeah.
forward motion, and you can control exactly how much of that you want. It would be a very easy thing to do.
Yes, with the motion blur, well, you have the radiant and all these ways that add blur for to the picture. But I wanted to do it in the real life. Like, actually, I wanted to go with my QX1s, the ones that I have the modular lenses. But as I went along and I didn't plan to, I was crossing and it was fortunate. I brought my camera and I didn't expect to be there at that time. As Matt remembered, I sent another picture for tonight, but this was like I got the camera and I remembered that I have to take this, and this was just like it had to happen.
It's kind of journalistic in a way. You had to show this subject at the time because you had to submit it. It had to
Yes.
had to go to press.
That's right.
Very nice. Very dramatic. Thanks, Roberto. If we have time after the slideshow, if you want, I can show the 2 conversions that you had submitted. Just let me know.
I believe those are really poor conversions. I don't believe it worth it.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
I won't press it.
Thank you.
And thank you for submitting these 4. Great interpretations of the theme.
No, thank you for showing those.
Of course, yeah. And we have 4 great examples from Melinda, too. Melinda, you're up next. We're going to start with taking my new PC for a spin.
Yeah, so this one was about a year in progress. No, probably more than that. It was a year ago that I took a bunch of pictures for this kind of effect, and then when the subject came up, I dug those out and decided to try to do this. What I'm going for here is a spin effect as the as you go into the image, you see the full image repeated, but not just diminishing like a regular Drosty effect, but also spinning at the same time. That was the effect that I wanted to get. And it took me a long time to figure out how to do that, because there are a lot of different ways that you could technically try to do this. And my initial attempts were all trying to get it pixel perfect. And to do that, I needed a kind of a rig that would hold the camera that I could then put at various angles. I realized early on that I couldn't do it from like just a single stereo image. You could do that just to do it without spinning. That's not too hard. But to get the spin effect, I realized after a while that you can't do that by doing rotations of the images like in Stereo Photomaker. The viewpoints have to be equal around the circle as you shoot them, and I struggled a lot to use, like, at that time, the hydrogen one, I'm sure, and I couldn't convince it to not switch orientations as the camera is going around the corners, and I couldn't disable that. And then I figured, okay, well, the DSLR would probably be the way to do that, but the rig that I would need to do, first all the left images and then all the right images and make them perfect, that just seemed very unlikely and difficult. So I was kind of stuck. And I think I did then try taking some. So I kind of had the realization that no, you have to shoot this in stereo. That's the only way that's kind of work. You're gonna have to, for every angle, turn a stereo camera and take the two snaps at once. There are still ways that you could simplify it, like the perfectly straight up and down photograph that we're looking at on the outside. You could flip the whole thing 180 degrees to get the upside down shot. You don't have to take every, and similarly for some of the angles, you can take half of the number of shots if you want to. But and so that's what I tried to do with the year-old images, and then I just said, oh, screw it, I'm gonna try again, this time with the Beam Pro, and I'm gonna take all the pictures, and I'm just gonna do it handheld, not try to fight with the mount or anything like that. And I also tried to disable the orientation flipping, which works on an app by app basis, but within the camera app, the camera is trying to flip it around for me too. So I just accepted those, and then I rotated those in Stereo Photomaker or in Photoshop, and just did everything by hand. So I took all of those stereo pairs, I split them into a left and a right for each of eight different positions in the twist, and then I took the top level image that you see here around the outside. I put a bright pink background. I use that for a lot of things that I'm gonna replace in 3D, and so that's the pink that you see from the original image. And then so I took the original image, and then for the each corner of the pink on the left, I selected the that rectangle, and then I pasted the next level image into it, shrunk it, positioned it, and then same thing for the other eye, and then just eyeballing it while free viewing to get it placed and sized close enough. And so it's certainly a lot of imperfection, but it's the first sort of successful result. I'm not really super happy with the result yet, but at least I've learned a great deal in the last 24 hours for how this can work, and I will probably be trying some more images along these lines. But like the other ones that I've done like this, it's just it's always just a test, and some of them seem worth sharing.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I also decided not to. Oh, and I wanted to take it all the way down to infinity. That was the original idea, and I did try to do that. And the nice thing is, once I had all 8 pictures stacked up like this, then I figured, okay, then it'll be real easy to take the picture that you're looking at here as a source, split it into left and right, and put the whole thing into just, I can mask out just the little pink area down there and stick it in there to double the depth. And I did that, and then I did it again. But the whole thing just became a kind of a mess. And I think it also wouldn't have looked that well if I had gone just the one extra level deep, so that the back one was the same as the front one. I think that the tilt is kind of nice. So we've got all 8 images, but not all 8. Or is it? No, I guess it's probably 7 then. 7 different orientations, 7 different source images to make this. So so the last one is tilted, and then the next one would be the first image again. I hope that made sense.
Yeah, very impressive. I think you explained the technical challenges of this very well. And speaking to what Roberto had mentioned about some of the photos we saw from the Detroit Stereographic Society, having pro gear makes a real difference. It's so frustrating when these sort of smartphone style cameras like the Hydrogen One or the Beam Pro insist on this behavior like the auto rotation that and it forces you to fight it. I argue that these aren't actually cameras, because a camera would never do that to you. It would let you take the photo that you want, but it's an Android device. It's not really a camera. Yeah, but you found a way to make it work.
One way to make it work. The important thing is what I learned along the way. It's it'll get easier from here. But like I say, there were so many different ways that you could do it and definitely achieve the effect. So it required a lot of experimentation and thought to find one that kind of worked for me, and a bunch of failed attempts. So I'm happy to have something that worked at all, and it should get easier. But it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge.
Are you going to keep working on this, or are we going to see a future version?
I think so.
Of this?
I'll probably do more. I don't know in what sort of source image, but when I see it, I'll probably know.
Mm-hmm.
With my rig with the DJIs with the stabilizer, it has a vortex function, the stabilizer. Maybe I will try this one, this technique.
Okay.
Film the computer level, and then the vortex and take it far away. So maybe extract the shots later and see what happens.
Yeah, good luck. Oh, one important thing I learned, um, like like you saw remember the one I had where my hands are coming out of the picture, reaching out of the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
The
Um,
classic, yeah.
so when I did that one, I started um, with the outer picture and worked my way into the inner ones. Then it got more and more difficult as I was getting in there. I found it's much easier to do it in the other direction. So the first image that I worked with is the pink one in the background,
Okay.
and then um,
Add the
then it
upper
was
layer.
yeah, it got easier to add them. So only at the very end did I add the one that you see here with the table. Um, and and so that meant that I was always working with four corners. So if I wanted to like keep that same thing going, I'd replace what you're looking at in the camera with another zoomed down version and just keep um, pushing it down further and further into
Okay.
the image. But this, yeah, working from the bottom out was helpful, and I don't have any further out pictures to use, so this is where it ends. But if I do it again, then I'll try to do it so that I can get the zoom all the way down to infinity.
Okay.
Yeah, keep it up.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Melinda. That was
It's just
fascinating.
it's a technical story. Yeah.
It's a technical challenge. But I mean, I totally get it. Well done.
Good. Thank you.
Let's hear about your double fence is the title.
Yeah. So first of all, does it even work for everybody? Can you?
It's a tough
I think
one.
it's gonna depend on what you're using. Like if you're using a stereo device, it'll probably make sense. If you're previewing it in any form, then you're gonna have to figure it out. Um, it's chain link fences are always this interesting subject in stereo. It's the way that a lot of people kind of first learned to preview. What I found helpful in this case is to pick one of the corners of the image and try to just fuse the corner. And once you get the corner, then the rest of it works. But if you just sort of randomly look into the middle of the image and try to fuse it, it's very easy to get it wrong.
It's working for me on the TV.
Good.
So one thing that that could make it easier for people to view is if you made the foremost fence, place that at the plane of the picture, so you didn't have to converge on it, so it'd be flat in either eye. And
Yeah, that's a good idea.
faster.
I don't know that I even thought about that. I did this one quite a while ago, so I might have had a reason for
No,
pushing it back further.
no,
But
it works. Another thing with chain link fences is to find or maybe add a spot of color on one of the links, like a ribbon or a dab of paint, just to differentiate it, and that way you can zoom in and see, okay, that's where those two images intersect.
that's only if you want to be helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I I kind of liked
Stick it
having
down
it
in the corner.
I liked having it be a little bit of a challenge here.
Yeah,
Um,
because the longer I stare at this one, the more it wants to get away from me.
Yeah, and me too. And it was only trial and error that I figured out using the corners. Or there is a large black blob in the toward the upper left, on the upper edge near the left. You could probably use that as a center
See
point.
where is it though? It's not
It's on the
part of
back.
the. Yes, it's further back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Melinda, did you try a border on this one? Would a border make it easier to free view?
Oh, I'm sure it would. Yeah, I'm trying it now. It definitely makes it easy. But I was not trying to make it easy. Um, I want to make it possible. I mean, it's a correct image. It's right out of the camera. And but I like the challenge. It's dozens of frames within frames.
Yeah.
And I love the gradient in the sky. Came out really well.
It works really well on my Lume pad. It took me a few seconds to sort of perceive what it is, but I think that's more the composition, not the stereo effect. Looks great as an anaglyph. Color doesn't look great, but it works really well as an anaglyph. And I'm also using my beam splitter. No trouble with the side by side on those.
Maybe try it in pseudo too.
Yeah, if you go pseudo, it's small links in the foreground and large links in the
Let's
back.
try that. Okay,
Okay.
I'm switching them. I'm switching our streams to pseudo. It might take a few moments to catch up. We should see it right now on the screen share. Yeah. And the small links are they at the window or are they in front of the window? It looks like they're a little
They're a
bit
little
in front.
forward of the window.
Yeah. And they get painted over by the back ones, but
Yeah,
the
because it's
paint
all
is
silhouette.
just black, so you don't see it.
Yeah.
It looks like literally just two different different size fences.
Doesn't necessarily have pseudo artifacts.
Right. I mean, it probably does, but they're pretty minor.
Yeah. Yeah. This one's a lot of fun. This one is for pros only.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a challenge.
I will show this to a friend that it's really hard for her to see this one, and she get dizzy. So maybe this one fix her.
Well, I don't know if I would do that, but you know, if you like, that's fun.
Sounds a little risky. All right, I've swapped those back to the original stereo. Yeah, that works. Thanks, Melinda. Let's take a look at your framed bridge photo. That is the title, Framed Bridge Photo.
Yeah, and the title has a double meaning. It could be a photo of a framed bridge, or it could be a framed bridge photo.
Right.
And
God, where did you find this?
This was weird. So this is out by the estuary at I mean, I always call it Crissy Field, but it's technically like Eastfield or something like that. I forget. But the estuary is off to the left. And you can actually see a little bit of the water of the estuary on the far left. And this was one of the artificial berms that they had created when they were creating the estuary and doing all that work. And this frame, I think, like, was probably down below somewhere, and they use these to like put coyote warnings and stuff like that. Temporary informational posters. And my guess is that like is that that the poster got knocked out, and
Mm.
some people just decided to carry this thing up to the onto the berm, because you're not supposed to go up the berm anyways. It's all fenced off with signs saying don't climb on the berms. So I think some people just put it up there because it certainly didn't last. I took this picture, and then a couple weeks later it was gone.
Ah.
Um, but so I ignored the signs. I walked carefully so as not to disturb the vegetation too much, and took some pictures through the frame. And yeah, I kind of like it, because it is the bridge itself is such a photographed icon, and it ends up in so many people's frames. It was kind of fun to find this in the wild, and I tried a couple of different angles, like shooting through directly in the direction of the frame, but there was nothing sort of interesting in that direction. And then I was thinking obliquely, it's kind of weird shooting through it at the bridge, and then I thought, oh, that's okay. I'll just try that. So it was almost the only kind of composition that you would probably consider if you came across it. And then, of course, this was the perfect special for it.
Right.
And I didn't have to do much to it. I cloned out a little bit of trash at the bottom, and I did gently modify the
Saturation.
saturation. Yeah, so I increased the saturation within the frame, and I decreased it outside, but only like 10 points in each direction. And the idea was to make it look, more like a cheesy photograph, or something that's more real than real, in the frame. And I'm not really trying to say much more than just that. It's pretty much captured by the title, the ambiguity of whether it's a framed photo or photo of a frame.
Well, I think you did the right thing by ignoring the fencing and the signs that admonished you to stay off of the berm. You couldn't pass this up, but it's too good a subject.
I'm glad I grabbed it when I did. It didn't stay there that long. But it probably does encourage people to climb up there anyway. But thanks. Yeah, I definitely break the rules, and I try to mitigate the damage that I cause.
I like what you've done with the saturation too. I might push it a little bit more. It kind of gives the effect of looking through a portal into, you know, a variation of this location.
Well, I first cranked it way up just to see, what the extreme is. But it's immediately clear that too much is definitely not helpful. And then I just brought it down, 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 step by step. And I don't remember why I decided on 10 points of saturation rather than say 20 or something. And also turning down the saturation around it kind of made the surrounding look a little depressing. So I wasn't sure how I felt about that either.
I like that it's subtle.
Yeah, with
Well, thanks.
saturation, less is more. Did you consider adjusting the exposure to the area outside of the frame? Maybe make it a little darker, except looking through this frame?
Oh no, I didn't even think of that. That's a good idea. I did try taking the saturation all the way down to grayscale, um, but yeah, I tried a few different things. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it, but just playing with the saturation, um, I tried a few different things and pretty quickly picked this. Not because it was like perfect or anything like that. It just I was a little reluctant to do anything actually. It it looked okay without touching the saturation, but um, um, I decided to risk it.
Now, it's definitely perfect for this subject. It is a frame.
Yep.
And Melinda, tell us about golden arches. I think we've seen a variation of this.
And the variation was exactly this. They didn't touch it at all.
Okay.
In fact, I think I didn't. Now I don't even remember
It looks like you might have
what
cropped
if
it.
anything I did. I don't think I cropped it. I don't recall that I did anything. Oh wait, no, I think I did select the bright orange of the cones because I might have increased the saturation of everything else, and I didn't want the cones just to go crazy. And I think I did something with the sky. I don't remember anymore. But in both submissions, I had a very light hand. This was pretty much what came out of the camera, and I just submitted it again because it didn't take a prize that time, and this time it's definitely appropriate for a framing. Um, the only thing that the two frames have in common are that they are yellow, so it's very natural golden machine arc, and then the archways and the doors are share that yellow theme. Um, there is another sort of a frame in the cab of this cat or whatever it's called. But there's nothing particularly interesting behind it. And I considered like trying to wait to get a pedestrian walking past through the back there, but I would have had to have to held the camera much higher than I could actually see what was happening. Plus,
Yeah.
that would ruin the main arch on the left. So I really didn't spend much time
Yeah, I
taking
think the
multiple pictures or
subject
anything.
is
I think
the
I just took really the one picture.
I think a person might distract from the real subject also, which is that entryway.
Maybe a
Unless,
person with motion blur.
or a bright yellow hat.
Yep.
Melinda, was
Oh,
this
a yellow umbrella. That would do it.
Yeah,
Oh.
somebody holding a sign.
And with everything yellow, desaturate the other colors.
And that's a good technique. I've done it before. I can't think offhand, but it's a tried and true technique. Well, like a Schindler's List. There's a couple of shots like that.
The red coat.
Yeah, yeah.
Was this
it's a very natural thing. It works well in stereo too. I encourage it.
was this one of your blue light photos? You showed us a series of
Mhm.
shots taken at that time of day. It's a wonderful contrast. The cool, looks like late afternoon light, contrasted with that warm yellow light in the entryway. Uh, that this machinery is sort of a portal to. It frames it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like blue hour though. I don't know why. I don't know why the shot came out um, this bright or white. Um, it's maybe more golden hour because we've got the golden shades for sure. But the sky in the background didn't look like that at all. Um, it was almost black. I mean, you could still see blue, but that should have been, a very deep blue. But
So
this is
was
just what
this
came out of the camera.
is this your Beam Pro?
Hmm.
Yeah, I find that the Beam Pro really wants to increase the exposure in low light situations, which isn't always what you want. It definitely reveals all the details, but I took a great shot at the Pacific Pinball Museum, and it's kind of dark in there. It's illuminated by the lights of these pinball machines, and the X-Real Beam Pro just brought it up as if it was in a well-lit room, and I had to bring the blacks and the exposure down to kind of recapture what I had seen. So I
So
think
is that
this
just
is
a matter of brightness or what?
I would say exposure and
Exposure.
highlight shadows, the black slider.
The block slider, I don't know what
Yeah,
that is.
Well, you have brightness, contrast. Yeah.
So the brightness part of brightness contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
in
that's what I was talking about.
in
But
Camera Raw, you can set your whites and blacks,
Mm.
and you can pull the blacks here. You don't really have any pitch blacks. Everything is, sort of
Yeah.
I don't know, an 80% gray maybe. You could pull those down a little bit.
I might have pulled them up. In fact, not the more I think about it, I think that yeah, I think the camera was probably doing a better job than I did. I think I wanted. Did I bring up shadows? I I'm sorry, my memory has just gotten so terrible. I may have brought up the shadows. Right now, I think I did, but I'm really not certain.
This definitely looks to me like a Beam Pro shot. The color, the exposure, it just has those qualities. So I think the camera did contribute a lot to this
It might have been.
tone,
It
I
might have been.
guess.
The camera might have got it right. Maybe I did bring up shadow highlights, which also brought up the sky.
It could. It could.
So
Yeah.
maybe I should have left it alone, but it definitely seemed weird having all this blackness and wanting to see into it because it's like right in the middle of the picture. But there's also not much to see there anyway, so
Well, it's tough.
I
Tough
might have done
lighting.
a disservice there.
You're shooting in a really challenging light, so it's understandable. I
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I liked I liked it immediately, so I just didn't know how best to treat it,
well, keep working
and
on it.
I didn't do much, and maybe I shouldn't have done that much.
Well, let's see how it does tonight. Maybe you'll want to show it to us a third time.
No, I'm not gonna waste your time.
I personally, I am very dissatisfied with my Beam Pro's color accuracy. No one believes me. I can't seem to get anyone else on board, but I have the same kind of experience, issues, challenges with exposure and color with my Beam Pro. I think you did a really good job here.
Thanks.
And that's our slideshow. Let's make our selections. I will show the results of our poll. Does anyone need time to make their selections? Would you like me to go
I
through
need
the
time.
slides
I need
again?
time. Hang on.
Sure,
No, I
take your
haven't
time.
voted yet.
Let me know if you'd like to see anything from the
And
slideshow.
I don't see the window anymore. So how did that happen?
There's probably
I
in Zoom, if you go to
oh,
that command bar, it might be hidden under there. It might be under the More icon.
yeah. I remember that. Or
I post the link in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
where is the? I don't. Okay, hang on. Oh, it made tiny little thumbnails. Okay, there's the main window now, but yeah, more polls, queries. There it is. Okay, phew. Thank you. I will get this eventually. And yeah. Okay, I am submitted.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else need any more time?
Done.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, it looks like we got 4 responses, and there's 4 of us here. Give me a minute to put the results together. Won't take me too long. I'm getting better at it. Okay.
Ask ChatGPT to get the results and automate.
Yeah, it'll definitely do it,
Seriously?
or it'll write the
Yeah.
script for you. It's very good at that kind of thing.
I definitely will automate this. It's something that, really Zoom should do. And I expect that as they continue to develop this feature, it'll probably have better reporting tools. I think this is something that they released pretty recently. I don't know how widely adopted these polls have been. Okay, I'm going to disappear for just a minute. I'll be right back.
Perfect.
So, Tor, did you see Backrooms?
Not yet. No, we've got it at the Piedmont. It's been doing really well.
I was
But,
very happy with it.
Yeah, I need to see that and Obsession. They've both been doing really well.
I watched like the first 10 minutes of Obsession. I didn't like it at all. But if you like it, then please tell me
I'm not a
to
big
give
horror
it more
guy.
time. Yeah, and neither am I. I mean, I like The Shining. I like some. Chucky got under my skin for some reason. I don't know why. But the Backrooms, I like the liminal horror idea, and I like some body horror stuff too. Like The Fly is one of my favorites. But
there was a fun YouTube last week. There's this effects company, Corridor Crew, and they did a challenge where they challenged themselves to recreate the chest burster from Alien. And then they split into teams, and one team
in different kind of
one team did it
contexts,
practically, and the other team did it digitally to see which could do it better. and they had the collaboration of people who'd actually worked on the Alien movies, which was fun. So worth checking out.
Did some people do like a Toy Story version or something like that?
That would be cute.
Or Lego or something. I might have seen
Yeah.
something about that.
No, this was photorealistic both ways. One with an
Okay.
animatronic and a false chest and everything, and the other with animation with digital effects and models.
I like the one part of the universe where the alien is sort of always hybridizing with other life forms, whatever it sort of encounters.
I feel like Alien 3 did that the most, and then it was a big deal in the comics after that. You'd have like a gorilla alien and a squid alien, and whatever it ingested, that's how it came out.
And is there a predator alien?
There have been pred aliens, yes.
Yeah. So I like that aspect. That's kind of nice. Otherwise, I get kind of bored with the, it's just creeping through hallways and jump scares. I just don't know why it's so popular.
Well, in the original concept, of course, it was about making men uncomfortable with the idea of giving birth and having a living thing inside you.
I never thought of that. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Matt.
Hey guys, I just shared our results. You won't see this on our YouTube or Twitch streams, but if you're following along on Zoom, here we go. Melinda, well done. I think your framed bridge photo is a clear leader tonight. And Roberto, you pretty much took the rest, other than Melinda's tie for a second with you, with taking my new PC for a spin.
I'm surprised that your tree framing thing didn't do better, but
well, I think we had some very deliberate submissions tonight, some stereo photos that were clearly taken specifically with this subject in mind. I think those are the ones that really did well. And you're taking my new PC for a spin. I mean, that took a huge amount of effort.
No, and not just this last one. I mean, I did that in the last 24 hours, but it was like 3 hours or something like that. But altogether, I might have spent 10 on the concept, and it's So I'm glad people appreciated it, and I hope that other people try it too and learn from me, so you don't have to repeat every mistake. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and none of them are easy.
Of course, if you had an unlimited budget, if you had a studio, if you had various rigs and jigs and all that, all this would be a lot easier. But we're stereo photographers. We do things the hard way.
Harder than
by our nature.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure somebody will, with the proper rigs and stuff, will figure out ways to make this easier.
Yeah, well, if only someone would invent more tools and cameras for us stereo photographers to make our lives easier.
I've been actually thinking about that because the Beam Pro, it was obviously just made from a cell phone, and somebody said, okay, we'll just take an existing cell phone, we'll rip out the phone parts and then write the minimum software needed to make this thing work, and boom, it's not bad. What would happen if all of our 3D clubs got together and decided to just sort of bankroll it ourselves and do the same thing, but something with a sliding lens replaceable lenses, and of course, more software options to really control the cameras. It's not really that big a thing, especially with AI to do the software.
Yeah.
We
Just
could
have
really do it.
get everybody
We
to
could.
agree.
Everybody has to buy one. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a basic Kickstarter kind of thing.
Yeah.
In fact, we should probably just, if we do it, we can use Kickstarter and just coordinate our clubs.
I think
Maybe we should do it.
I think the hardware would be straightforward. The New York Stereoscopic Association had a discussion last year about their, what is our ideal stereo camera, and there were different discussions on more like DSLR professional type cameras versus more like smartphone tech, tablet tech.
Mm.
I don't see any reason why a camera like the Beam Pro shouldn't have an array of lenses, and then we could choose the pair that gives the best stereo for the depth, for the distance of the subject. And I agree with you, Melinda. I think the hardware would be more or less straightforward. I think where the Beam Pro, one place the Beam Pro definitely suffers is in its software. The camera app is very generic, doesn't really support any manual adjustments, and I think there's plenty of room for improvement there. And yeah, it could be a Kickstarter. The software could conceivably be like an open source project once the specs are hammered out. I would love to see something like that. I've been dabbling in electronics myself. As Tor knows, I'm building a Super 8 film scanner. So I'm getting into breadboarding and circuits, and all of these components are available off the shelf to build a camera exactly like you're describing, Melinda. So it could be a thing. It could happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of our like wishful thinking about cameras like that has been centered around trying to convince an existing camera maker or cell phone maker or something like that to give us what we want. But it really just struck me recently that I think that it might be easier and better off in every way if we kind of do it ourselves. We just need a critical mass of stereo clubs. So
Yeah,
four or five of us might be all that we need.
I think it's conceivable, and I agree that we're at the point where we have the technology and the tools where we could design a camera, a stereo camera, a superior stereo camera using off-the-shelf components. I will add that the X-Reel Beam Pro wasn't really developed as a stereo camera. It's an accessory for X-Reel's augmented reality glasses.
Mm.
And I think they just stuck two lenses on it in an effort to add some kind of perceived value. You can also use this. It's intended as sort of a hub for the glasses, but you can also make your own content for these glasses or whatnot. But
I wonder if you can stream from the camera into the VR glasses, because then it's kind of a little portal you could move around to show somebody who's wearing the glasses, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anyone who has the glasses. But I think
I know
stereo
one person.
photographers just kind of adopted it as a stereo camera, and I'm not sure X-Reel really anticipated that. So I don't expect to get a better version of the camera from X-Reel. I think it's going to be up to somebody else to do that.
They
All
just
right.
backed into it. Yeah,
Yeah, just, a happy accident in a way. I don't know all the details, but that's how it seems to me.
I bet you're right.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to call this meeting. It's 9 o'clock. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Our next meeting is Tuesday, July 7th. That'll be our open. Our special subject for July, which will be our July 14th meeting, is shadows. The
Okay.
description I have is make the shadow the primary subject. But
Okay.
I think we'll get a good response. Summer meetings tend to be a little smaller. People, as I said, are on the road, on vacation. In August, we'll only have one meeting. We'll combine our open and our special on the first Tuesday, just because the second meeting of August, it's not worth it. So great meeting, everyone. Great slideshow, great examples, and I'll see you all next month.
All right.
All right. Thanks,
Bye bye.
guys. Have a good one.
Thank
Okay.
you.